Om Shanti, everyone. Namaste and welcome all of you in this beautiful, one of the most beautiful
Friday
talks.
morning. Thank you all firstly for
We're going to experience the most beautiful talk today with Sister Shivani herself. But let's first, I would introduce you to me and my co-host. My name is CA Ria Bansali and I'm today here with CA Vineet Maru. And today we're going to host an amazing talk show with Sister Shivani herself, being stable in an unstable world. We here are representing the Bahrain chapter of Chartered Accountants of India, and Vineet Maru is now going to take you ahead with the purpose of the program, why we planned it, and things like that. Over to you, Vineet.
Thanks, Riya. Namaste, Om Shanti. As
Om
Chartered
Shanti.
Accountant, our job is to evaluate the performance of company by looking at the assets and liabilities. Greater the assets of the company, lesser the liabilities, better the performance of the company. Similarly, the most important asset for any individual is his or her health. If we have to succeed in life, we should try our best to improve our health and well-being. Taking into account, the Bahrain chapter of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is celebrating October month as Health and Well-being Month. A number of activities were organized to promote fitness among the members, which included walking, running, yoga, breathing exercise, practicing healthy diet, etc. But I also want to highlight that when people talk about fitness and health, it's not only comprised of physical fitness, but also include mental well-being. It's not uncommon to hear people who are doing well in life are not happy but depressed. The cases of depression among all age categories are increasing at a very high rate. Added to above is COVID-19 crisis. People are forced to change their habits of years in a matter of days. COVID-19 has caused a lot of uncertainty among people, and most of us are really anxious about our futures. Furthermore, as most people are unable to travel and meet their loved ones, it has also added to their anxiety. In this world, where everything is changing so fast and COVID-19 acting as an accelerator and making it unstable, the need of mental well-being has never been higher, and that today's topic, being stable in unstable world. I fondly remembers the days when I used to watch Sister Shivani on TV with my family. Today also, if I have any anxiety or indecisiveness, Brahmakumari's principles has provided me the best answers. I will ask Sia Ria to carry on from here.
Thanks, Vineet. I completely agree with Vineet. The TV show, which used to come on ZTV, I think, moved millions of people at that point of time. And not to exaggerate or to lie, when I take my dog out for a walk, even in the morning, usually that Suresh Oberoi and Sister Shivani's talk is usually what helps me keep centered, especially in times like this when we have so much uncertainty. So when we're bringing in this talk, we couldn't think of anyone else better than the Brahmakumari sisters, and we were our time and match our timing with Sister Shivani. So we couldn't have been thankful. For all those of you who are probably tuning in via social media, you came to know about this program, but don't know enough about Sister Shivani. I'm just going to give you a brief introduction. Although she is not somebody who requires, but there are so many things that we also personally don't know about her. Like, she's an international motivation speaker and a Raj Yoga meditation teacher. She's been practicing this for about 22 years. What is something that I also don't know personally, I didn't know personally, was she's an engineer by profession and she leads by example. So for all of us who are actually in the professional world, I think this is a great example, to kind of look up to her, because she's influenced so many people. And one of the inspirations that I personally take as being a woman is that she's won a Nari Shakti Award awarded by the President of India. She has so many feathers to her hat that this can keep going endless. But her talks have actually influenced people. The center in Mount Abu in Rajasthan has so many people flooding in from years. And even in the Bahrain Meditation Center here in the Al Hassan area, we've seen the transformation happening years and years between friends and family. So without further delay, really excited to bring to you Sister Shivani, who's going to talk now. I'm going to hand over it to her, and she's going to talk on being stable in an unstable world. Over to you, Shivani, Sister Shivani. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti and good morning. Namaskar. First and foremost, congratulations that you have been using this time to take care of yourself, because COVID situation was the same for everyone, but responses have been different for different people. For some people, this time has been where the health of their mind and the health of their body got affected, not just because of COVID, but just because of the stress and anxiety. There have been a lot of sudden heart attacks and cardiac issues happening in the last few months because there was constant stress on the mind. So, for some people, these last 6 months have been a time where health of the mind and the body got affected. But for some people, and especially wonderful people all gathered here today, this has been the time where we used this time to take care of our mind and body. So for someone, it's a dip, but for someone, it's a rise. And all of us who are here today, it's a rise because you have been taking care of your health. Health of the body, extremely important, but like we all know, the mind influences the body. And that's why for majority of the diseases, the doctors say this is a lifestyle disease. So when we hear lifestyle disease, so lifestyle is not just about eating, drinking, exercising, sleeping, but lifestyle means here life. This is the energy, life. When this life, this energy leaves, this is a dead body after that. So the life leaves, this is a dead body. But here is the life. And lifestyle means what's the style of this life in terms of how to think, how to speak, how to behave, how to live, how to work. If my lifestyle of ways of thinking, speaking, behaving, living, working are taken care of, then my mind will be healthy and most probably my body will be healthy unless there is some other issue. But if I'm not taking care of my lifestyle, then the first thing that gets affected is my emotional health. We all know about physical health, we know how to test it, and we know our doctors whom we can go to for it. Similarly, there is an awareness now about mental health. We know how to feel it, what is wrong with me or with somebody around me, and we know that we have doctors whom we can go for it. But in between comes emotional health. This is physical health, this is mental health, emotional health. Now, emotional health, we don't know who to go to because there is no doctor who's going to say, I'm a specialist in emotional health. There are specialists for every part of the body, and there are psychiatrists and psychologists for mental health. But there is no specialist for emotional health. You know why there is no specialist? Because there's only one person who can heal us. There's only one person who can take care of our emotional health, and that is we ourselves. Why is it that it's only we who can take care of our emotional health? Because it is we who create our emotional health. It is here. So let's check what is emotional health, because once we know whether we are healthy or not healthy, we will know how to remain stable in unstable times. What is the meaning of being stable in unstable times? Look at it physically. Being healthy if the air is polluted. Being healthy if the water was not clean. Being healthy if I didn't eat the right food. Who will be healthy? Whose immunity system is strong? If my physical immunity system is weak, then a slight change in the weather, a slight change in the water, a slight change of diet, and I will start having issues with my body. And then people will say, they're very delicate. What jaldi jaldi bimar hote, get falls ill very, very easily, low immunity system. So I know that for my body, but now I need to check that for my mind, for my emotional health. So if I'm emotionally healthy, then being stable will be normal, irrespective of whether it's a perfect world or a little chaotic world or a little disturbed world or a little unstable world, because our mind will not be dependent on the outside world if we are healthy. Like when we are physically healthy, we can do everything on our own. But if I'm physically unwell, I become weak, and then I become dependent to do my little day-to-day activities. So even probably to get up and go from one room to the other, I would need to hold someone's hand. And then I will say, I've become very dependent on people, but never mind, I'll get fine soon and become independent. So we know what is physical dependence and what is physical independence. Similarly, what is emotional dependence and what is emotional independence? If I'm emotionally weak, I become emotionally dependent. When I regain my emotional health, I will become emotionally independent. So, what is emotional dependence? And please check and rank yourself. You're not to tell anyone, but just rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How emotionally fit am I? And in that, the first criteria will be, am I emotionally dependent or independent? How to check that? Whenever I create a feeling, an emotion, do I blame people and situations for how I feel? So just rewind, close your eyes, rewind, and think of the last time you got angry. It was an emotion of anger, a disturbing emotion, which also created a disturbing effect on our body. But if someone had to ask you that time, why are you angry? Where would the finger go? Where would the finger go? So the finger would go, they did like this, because of that I'm angry. Now, when I say they did this, they behaved like this, they spoke like this, because of which I'm irritated, hurt, or angry, I'm saying my emotion is dependent on their behavior. This is emotional dependence. My emotion is dependent on their behavior, or my emotion is dependent on the situation. If I believe that, we will check whether it's true or not, but if I believe that, then I am emotionally dependent. So let's check our vocabulary even before COVID, because once COVID is here, we are all blaming COVID for what all is happening in our life. COVID was a physical health issue, but the last few months has seen a steep rise in depression, anxiety attack, conflict in relationships, domestic violence in many countries and almost all parts of the world. So that was nothing to do with COVID, but it was because we were emotionally dependent. And so most of us said fear and anxiety is normal. COVID, epidemic, pandemic, no answers, no medicine. Fear and anxiety is normal, is what we believed. And because we called it normal, we allowed ourselves to create that, and so did everybody else around us. And globally, we were creating the same emotion of fear and anxiety. This is emotional dependence. So now let's go to our life before COVID. COVID we know now. Now let's go before COVID. So let's go to 2019 and check how emotionally independent were we. What was our vocabulary? I'm angry because of. I'm hurt because of. In fact, we even used to say, you hurt me. We didn't even say, I created hurt. We said, you hurt me. We said, you upset me. We called people irritating. We said, they're very irritating people. Just because we were creating irritation with their behavior, we called them irritating people. This is emotional dependence. Even if we were happy and someone said, why are you so happy today? We said, because of. So even to be happy, there had to happen something outside for me to be happy. So whether I was happy or sad, angry or peaceful, impatient or patient, it was something outside. This is emotional dependence. Emotional dependence. And if I believe that I'm emotionally dependent, then I need the world to be stable for me to be stable, because my mind is dependent on the world. World can be your husband or wife, world can be your children's behavior, world can be the weather, world can be what's happening at work, world can be your colleagues, World can be the physical health. Anything outside my mind is my world. So if I'm emotionally dependent, then it is impossible to be stable in an unstable world. I will need the world to be perfect for me to be happy and peaceful. And that's why, if you see, we've been trying a lot to change the world. We're trying to change our spouse, our children, we're trying to change the world, we're trying to change our workplace. We want everyone to change so that we can be happy and peaceful. We tried very hard. Sometimes people changed, but sometimes people refused to change because they were
Right.
comfortable being the way they were.
I
They
guess
were
this is a really important lesson for all of us. Sorry to interrupt you, sister, but just a thing that I forgot to mention to all of our participants, just a quick reminder. I've been getting a lot of messages on my personal chats regarding questions. You can please put your questions in our Zoom chat, and in the end, we will be directly asking your questions to Sister Shivani. I know it's an amazing talk. It's very simple, but you might still want to ask few questions in deep. So please make sure you utilize the chat box. We will be going through most of the questions as and when time permits. We also have a backup team from the meditation center if you know the time does not permit. So please keep writing your questions, make it more interactive. I think sister would also like it that way. And we will be taking your questions for sure. Also, Sister Shivani, we would like to, I actually forgot to mention this, but we also have an Arabic translation which is going on side by side. So we have like a multiple dynamic audience today, and our Arabic audience is also benefiting from your talk. So if you could just make it a little slower for the translator to catch up, I think that is a small request that I've been receiving. Sorry to interrupt this, sorry audience. Just for the benefit of all, please chat, make this more interactive for Sister Shivani. We will be taking your questions, and sister, over to you again. Thank you.
Thank you. So if I believe that my mind is dependent on the people and situations, then it is impossible to be stable in an unstable world. It's impossible. It's like this is the world and this is my mind. If I believe my mind is dependent on the world, then this world will have to be straight for my hand to be straight. If this world shakes, then my hand will shake because I believe it's dependent. Now let's check whether it's dependent or not dependent. Any situation comes in your life. Let's say you're a team of 5 people working together and there is a situation that comes at work. Or you are a family of 4 people and there's a situation that comes at home. Situation is the same for everyone. But does everybody respond the same way in the same situation? Just rewind and check. Same situation comes to 5 people. Do 5 people respond the same way, which means think, speak, behave the same way to that same situation? They don't. One person can get very disturbed, one person a little disturbed, one person normal, not disturbed, and one person very positive, looking for solutions in that disturbing situation. It is a varied response, different responses to the same situation. And that gives us the proof that our response, that means what I create here, is not dependent on the situation. It is our choice. We are creating how we think, speak, behave, and live and work. So, this is one line which we need to write it down today and which we need to repeat many times in the day till it goes in here, fitted here. I am emotionally independent, because this is the first sign of emotional fitness. We need to work on this. I am emotionally independent. I am the creator of my every thought, feeling, word, and behavior. I am the creator of my every thought, feeling, word, and behavior. And once I keep on reminding myself this, I am the creator of my every thought, emotion, word, and behavior, then blame finishes from my life, which means this evening, if something happens at home and you react and get angry, or even a little irritation, you are not going to say, I'm irritated because of. That blame has to finish because you know I am the creator. So you will say, I created this anger. Now it looks like as if there's not much difference between I created it or they are the cause, but it is this one line which shifts us from emotional weakness to emotional fitness, this one belief system. If I keep thinking I am feeling because of the world, then I keep on wanting to change the world. World cannot be my way, but I allow myself to create disturbing emotions. And that's why in the last 20, 30 years, we have started believing stress is normal, anger is normal, hurt is normal, fear is normal, worry is normal, jealousy, normal, criticism, normal. Comparison, normal. Competition, normal. And then it comes to the body. So diabetes, normal. High blood pressure, normal. Then it came to mental health issue. And today people said, oh, depression, never mind, it's very common. So uncomfortable emotions, unhealthy body issues, and conflicts in relationship, high divorce rates. And we said it's normal, it's become very common today. And because we labeled it as normal, we allowed ourselves to create it. And then came COVID, one more big situation, global, which was not our way. And we said fear and anxiety is normal. So we were actually reducing our emotional health day by day, by saying it's because of the world. So today we are shifting that. We are shifting because it's not a reality. When I say, I created my anger, I do not give my power away. I keep my power with myself. I am the master of my mind. I'm not a victim where other people will do something and I can get disturbed. I am the master of my mind. So repeat this many times a day for many, many days. In fact, probably for the rest of your life so that you never forget it. That I am the creator of my thought, feeling, and emotion. I choose what to create. I have a choice. I can be calm even if there is a crisis outside, because only then I can be stable, even if the world is not stable. Because my mind is not dependent on the world. This is the world, this is my mind. It's separate. It's not dependent here, it's separate. So this can be shaking, but this can be stable. This is the truth. Our mind is not attached to the world. So let's practice this one equation from today. This is an equation of life. So we start practicing this equation from today. Second equation we need to remember, our thoughts manifest and they become a reality. We all have heard of this. Life is a manifestation of our thoughts. Thoughts create our destiny. Thoughts become our reality. We have heard this. We have read this. We have even forwarded these messages to each other on social media. It's important to now live it. What I think, what I speak repeatedly becomes my reality. What I think, what I speak repeatedly, which means anything that I think or speak often becomes my reality. Think and speak carefully. Look at prayers, chanting, meditation, blessings. Now just look at all four: prayers, chanting, meditation, blessings. Every word in them is a high vibrational word. They are pure, divine, positive words. Just check. Check the vocabulary of prayers, meditation, affirmations, blessings. They are high vibrational, pure, positive words. And that's why when we pray, we meditate, we give blessings to each other, we create positive affirmations, we feel very calm and peaceful. Our body feels very, very rested and healthy. Environment changes because we are creating high vibrational words. Look at our vocabulary during the day, whether it's in our thoughts or in our words. We use very, very low vibrational negative words. What happened in the last 6 months? We started using low vibrational words. We said, how could this happen? 2020, nothing is working out right. 2020 is not a good year. Business is not good. I don't have money. Every line we were saying was actually a low vibrational line. Now we'll think, but this is real, so I have to speak what is real. Equation is not look at the reality and think that. Equation is what we think reality will become. Our thoughts radiate into the environment. Our thoughts radiate to our body. Our thoughts radiate to people and create relationships. So now hold this line. Thoughts manifest. Thoughts become a reality. Take care of what we think and what we speak. It is going to happen. If we do it often, the same thoughts and words, it is going to become a reality for us and for people around us. Then how would we think and speak? You know what COVID needs? What this time needs for the world to be taken care of? Our words, which we use in our prayers, meditation, and blessings, should become our vocabulary throughout the day. Throughout the day. Remember when we went for an exam in school? Even then, we used to pray before going for an exam. We used to ask our parents to pray for us. We used to ask them to bless us. Why did we need prayers and blessings for an exam? Exam should be based on how much I have studied and worked hard and how sincerely I give my exam. But we asked everybody, please pray for me. I have an exam. When someone is not well, we tell people, please pray for them. They are not well. What is the connection between these two things? They are not well, the doctor will take care of them and treat them. Why do we ask people to pray for them? Because when we pray, when we create blessings, when we meditate, when we create positive affirmations, we are creating high vibrational energy. And this high vibrational energy radiates to people. Can we keep our thing on mute? So our thoughts and words, when we pray and meditate, they radiate, they reach people. And when they reach people, they increase their emotional health. So if you are here, and let's say you're in Bahrain, but your child is, let's say, studying in another part of the world. Just visualize this. You're in Bahrain, and your child is studying in another part of the world. Maybe your child is in India. Now you can't meet them now, but never mind. You can still protect them. And then what are we taught? Pray for them. Bless them. So you are here, they are in another part of the world. But when you pray for them here, when you're creating blessings for them here, your energy is reaching them. And when your energy reaches them, it energizes them. It's like charging another battery. Charged battery can charge another battery. But we never thought of the opposite, that if I'm stressed here, if I'm worried here, if I'm anxious here, then my vibrations reach to people and it discharges that battery. It depletes that mind. We never saw that. We only said when I pray and I bless, people get strengthened there. So, what is the need of the hour? To use those high energy words of prayer and meditation, affirmation and blessing, not just in the morning, not just a few times in the day, but be like that throughout the day. So, meditation teaches us not to just meditate for some time in the morning or evening or night or during the day, but to finally reach a stage where we are in a state of meditation throughout the day. And that's why it's called a meditative lifestyle. A meditative lifestyle. Meditative lifestyle means we will think those high vibrational thoughts, those high vibrational words throughout the day. Not that I am peaceful when I'm meditating, and then when I'm out into the world, I'm stressed. Then I'm not using my power of meditation and prayer. I cannot be only peaceful and powerful when I am praying or meditating. I will definitely be at that time because I'm connecting to the supreme power. I'm energized. But then during the day, I have to take that energy and respond to every situation that way. So, prayer and meditation in the morning, it's like charging the mind. How we charge our phone in the morning by connecting it to the powerhouse. So, that does not mean the phone will be charged only in the morning when it's connected to the powerhouse. It is connected to the supreme power, the mind, like the battery is connected to the powerhouse, so that during the day I can use my phone effectively. And then we carry our power bank with us. So, which means we don't connect to the powerhouse only in the morning, we keep connecting during the day. So, we keep praying or meditating during the day so that this battery is charged. But if this battery is charged accurately, then I will be responding to every scene with peace, stability. Stability. Stress, which we called as normal, is not normal. Stress is an equation. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Pressure divided by resilience. Pressure is the outer situations. For a child, exam is pressure. So pressure is outer situations. Your traffic on the road can be pressure for you. Your target at work can be pressure for you. Ill health in the body can be pressure for us. COVID is pressure. So pressure is the numerator. Stress is not equal to pressure. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Resilience means inner power. Inner power. So, what has been happening is the numerator pressure has been increasing. 6 months here, it increased even more. But if we take care of the denominator, the inner power, then our stress will be very low or finished. But if we don't take care of the denominator, pressure is also increasing, denominator is decreasing, so stress levels are increasing very high. So let's start focusing on the denominator, inner power. And to increase my denominator, I have to start using high vibrational vocabulary in the way I think and the way I speak. First step for that, right from now. First step, stop blaming people and situations. Never say, I'm feeling like this because of. I am creating this thought and feeling. Half the work gets done with this understanding that I am the master of what I create here. I create my emotions, thoughts, and feelings. So that's the first step. Second, start making emotional health a priority. A priority. Simple lifestyle habits to make emotional health a priority. Let's say, first thing in the morning. The first hour of the morning is very important to charge this battery. To charge this battery. Like we don't leave our house without charging our phone, we will not leave without charging the mind. Without charging the mind. Now, first habit of the morning is very important. Many of us have got into this habit that when we wake up, first thing in the morning, we look at our phones. Now ask yourself honestly, do I look at my phone first thing in the morning? The mind is like a blotting paper. The mind is like a blotting paper. It's absolutely clean in the morning. Whatever I put first thing in the morning, the blotting paper will absorb that, and that will start becoming a part of my personality. Why emotional and mental health got affected so much in the last 10, 20 years? Because we put a lot of content onto our minds. Like for physical health, we take care of our diet. For emotional health, also, we need to take care of our diet. Emotional diet. Emotional diet. And what is emotional diet? What we watch, what we read, what we listen. Emotional diet is what we watch, what we read, what we listen. Now just check during the day, what do we watch, read, listen? Whether it's from the world news, whether it's from social media handles, whether it's from messages that are coming to us, personal messages where people are forwarding all kinds of content, all kinds of videos, songs, jokes, messages. What is the quality of content that I'm putting in? 5 vices: lust, anger, greed, ego, attachment. Lust, anger, greed, ego, attachment. If my content has any trace of lust, anger, greed, ego, attachment, then that is the quality of content I'm putting in. Then those will be the quality of the emotions that will get created, not just while consuming the content, but in every scene of my life. That is becoming my nature, my personality. And the more I become that, the more I radiate that vibration into the air, the more the world becomes that. So just one day this weekend, do this little exercise. Just sit back. Don't agree with anything what anybody is saying. Don't agree with what you're listening to here. Just sit back by yourself and just evaluate what has happened in the last 20 years. Life has become extremely comfortable in the last 20 years. Almost every technology that we are using today is a creation in the last 20 years. So life has become extremely important. Can we visualize our life without being connected to each other through our phones, internet, laptops? We are connected. We have all physical comforts. Where did we go wrong that we got so much physical comfort, so much closeness in our relationships? Now we are able to trace our friends in any part of the world even after 20 years. Where did we have all this before? And yet, we seem to be less happy than what we were. And we're talking about depression, and we're talking about depression in young children, not just in our age, in young children. What did we miss? It's only this one thing. Last 20 years has seen an influx, high influx of content. Content. So just go back to when we were kids. For many of us, when we were kids, there was no television. There was no phone also. Then came the first television. Then came that one TV episode that used to come once on a Monday or once on a Sunday, and then we had to wait till next Sunday for the next episode. And we all remember what the quality of content used to be. It used to be more soothing, more pure, more respectful. Then we reached a stage that we had a daily episode every day. Every day. Now we reached a stage where we have content throughout the day on our hand, and we just click, 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 we watch, listen, and we consume. So, from where to where we reached? We have seen an era when we used to get the world news for 30 minutes in the evening. Now we have 24 by 7 news channels giving us content from all over the world. All over the world. So, do you think our mind has the power to absorb all this content and then remain healthy? It's like you put all the junk food in your body and then you want your body to be healthy. How will it happen? How will it happen? So, if lust, anger, greed, ego, attachment, jealousy, criticism, comparison. If that's what I put in, then that's what I start becoming. That is what I start becoming. If I want to change, I will have to start putting content. I will have to start putting content of purity, happiness, peace, love, respect, unity, compassion, gratitude, acceptance. I will have to put in what I need to become. So that's where prayers, meditation, spiritual study becomes a very important part of our life. So now let's go back to the first hour of the morning. The first hour of the morning, when we switch on our phone and this blotting paper is absolutely clean, we absorb the content of the world onto our mind in 5-10 minutes. In the first 5-10 minutes, we look at our work emails, we look at our work messages, we look at what happened in the world, and of course, our social media handles. In 10 minutes, we've absorbed the world onto our mind. So let's make one lifestyle habit today. First hour, no phone. No phone. Just assume that you woke up 1 hour late. First hour, no phone. If I absorb the world onto my mind in the first hour, then my mind will become dependent on the world because my mind will become just like the world. I need to absorb content of stability to become stable. First few thoughts of the morning should be of gratitude. Gratitude to the higher power. First thought of the morning, gratitude to God, gratitude to the higher power. Because when I create gratitude, I tune my mind to the highest frequency. Gratitude to your mind and body for being healthy. Gratitude to people. Gratitude to your work, your job, your business. Gratitude to that. Gratitude to nature. Gratitude to the planet. First few thoughts of gratitude. Second, we will create a few positive affirmations. Please keep this with you. And this is in connection with the current situation of COVID. Apart from that, you can add any affirmations depending on what you want should happen in your life. 10 affirmations for the current situation. Affirmation means a positive thought which we will create and speak and make it our reality. First affirmation, I am a powerful being. I am a powerful being, which means I don't get disturbed by people and situations. I'm a powerful being. Second, I am a peaceful being, which means no anger, no irritation, because they deplete our emotional health. They weaken us emotionally. I am a powerful being. I am a peaceful being. I am a fearless being. There's a lot of fear around us right now. I am a fearless being. Fearless being. Fourth, my body is perfect and healthy and will always be. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. Because there's a lot of fear about health right now. And sometimes we create this thought, what if this happens to me? I have to go by flight. My children tomorrow will have to go to school. What if this happens to me? We're not going to create this thought. Take care, but don't panic. So we've learned to take care. Now we will finish the panic. So my body is perfect and healthy and will always be. Visualize divine white light energy circle around you. It's the blessings of the Supreme Power, highest vibration energy circle around you. This is my protection shield. It's my protection shield. When we are protected by the highest vibration, low vibration energies cannot enter into this circle. So draw this circle around yourself in your mind. This is visualization of pure divine light, circle of protection around me. Nothing can enter into my circle. Then draw a circle of protection around your family members. Don't create a thought, what if this happens to them? Suppose your family member is in another country. Don't worry for them. Bless them. Your blessings will be their protection. So create that circle of protection for your family members. Then create a circle of protection for your work. There's been a lot of instability in our work in the last 6 months. There's been a fear we might lose our job. There's a fear that what if my business doesn't work? There's a fear, do I have to ask people to leave? All these fears. So create a circle of protection around my work. Divine energy protects my work. My work is safe. This is what we have to say inside here. My work is safe and secure. My team is safe and secure. These are blessings. These are positive affirmations. Success is certain for me. Success is certain for me. Abundance is my destiny. Abundance means we have lot of wealth, lot of resources. Last few months, we've been talking a lot about lack, that we don't have enough, it's less, it's reducing. Please remember, thoughts manifest. So abundance is my destiny. So we've created a circle of protection for work, for the people we work with. Success is certain for me. Abundance is my destiny. And then we create a circle of protection for the planet so that everyone's protected by the divine light. My world is back to being a very beautiful world. So 10 affirmations. I'm a powerful being. I'm a peaceful being. I'm a fearless being. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be protected by divine light protection shield. Nothing can enter into this circle, protecting my family by divine energy, protecting our work with divine energy. Success is certain for me, abundance is my destiny. And 10th, protecting the planet. Now you can add more affirmations to this. Suppose you have, these are affirmations for the current situation. But you have to just see the technique of writing the affirmation. It's a vocabulary, it's a new language. Say the affirmation as if it has already happened. Like if a child wants to do an affirmation, the child will say, I am focused, my concentration power is highest, I am perfect in what I do, success is certain for me. If there is an issue in any relationship, there is a conflict, create an affirmation. We accept each other, we love each other, we respect each other unconditionally. Not we should, we could, we do, we do. So that is the language of affirmations. We accept, respect, and love each other unconditionally. We are united. We are united. So if you feel, like I saw some of the questions, that some people not behaving right with you, not being nice to you, just bring them on the screen of your mind in the morning. Here, think of them while you are praying and meditating, and connect to the higher power and just send them these vibrations of love and respect, and just create a thought. We accept each other. We respect each other. We accept each other. We respect each other. We are perfect in our behaviors to each other. Just send these thoughts to them. Sometimes people will not change if we ask them to do. But if we send those vibrations of love and respect to them, their emotional healing starts happening. Why does somebody behave wrong? They are not emotionally fit. They are not emotionally fit. Only then they behave like that. Only then they behave like that. So just take care. So now we use this in the morning. So now we'll see how to use these affirmations during the day. First thing in the morning, no phone for 1 hour, gratitude thoughts, and second, say these 10 affirmations. Say them at least 4 to 5 times first thing in the morning. At least 4 to 5 times first thing in the morning. And when you are saying the affirmation, also gradually visualize that. I am a powerful being. This is the life, the energy here. You can visualize a point of energy here. I am a powerful being. I am a peaceful being. And then see yourself, people, situations, and I am peaceful. This is meditation. Meditation means creating a high vibrational positive thought and then visualizing it, allowing it to get recorded here. Because what we think and what we see here starts getting recorded here. So it's like coding. You know how we do programming? This is programming here. And then during the day, whatever may happen, whatever we've programmed in the morning will come out as the output of our life. So we are choosing what we program and we will choose how we respond during the day. Doesn't matter whichever button people come and press. Our programming is done in the morning. That's taking care of emotional health. So do your affirmations and visualizations for a few minutes in the morning. You can even learn meditation like Sister shared. We have a very, very beautiful meditation center in Bahrain. I was there 2 years back. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful not just in how it looks, but beautiful because of the vibrations that are there, because everyone meditates there, and it's a very, very lovely family there. So I don't know whether it's open right now during this COVID time. I didn't ask them, but I think one on one you can definitely go, maybe not in a gathering. So one on one you can do that meditation course, or they can also arrange it online for everybody. So once we learn meditation, then we can do meditation for 15 minutes in the morning. Then at least 20 minutes of healthy emotional diet, which means consuming content which is gratitude, compassion, faith, acceptance, purity, unity, that kind of content. That is spiritual study. Spiritual study. So that is that content which will go in. So all this takes about 45 minutes to an hour in the morning. And gone is the time when we are going to say we are too busy. Taking care of emotional health is a priority now. So give this 1 hour to yourself every morning. When you return home from work in the evening, just take care that before you sleep, disconnect for at least 1 hour before you sleep. Disconnect from work communication. Can't keep thinking and reading and talking about work till we go to sleep. Disconnect from work communication, disconnect from media and social media. Allow your mind to have space to slow down so that you sleep well. Good sleep is very, very important for emotional fitness and for mental health. As a generation, many of us don't sleep very well. Many of us don't have good sleeping times. We sleep anytime. Somebody is sleeping at 10, someone is sleeping at 12, someone is sleeping at 2, someone is sleeping at 4, someone is sleeping in the morning. So we've just played around with our sleeping pattern. So one is our sleeping time, and second is the way we go to sleep. If we keep looking at our phone, watching television, reading very, very stimulating books till we go to sleep, then our mind is in a very hyperactive state. Hyperactive state. And then we go to sleep because we are tired. Only the body sleeps, the mind still thinking. And that's why sleeping medicines are one of the very, very largely used medicine in the world is a sleeping medicine. Sleep is our natural thing, but we need a medicine to sleep because our mind is in the fifth gear, just thinking, thinking, thinking too much, overthinking. So that's a very big reason for emotional and mental health issues. So at least an hour before we sleep, we need to disconnect from anything that stimulates my mind. We should not be at work in the mind in the last 1 hour. Use that last 1 hour to be with yourself, to be with family, to listen to music, to listen to nice songs, to read a good book, anything which slows down the mind. Even doing nothing is good. Just doing nothing, just being with everyone, doing nothing. Last 10 minutes before sleeping, again, put some very pure content on the mind. Because whatever is the last content that will go will be what will be here for the next 6-7 hours when you sleep. So, negative content should not go on the mind before sleeping. Pure positive content should go. So, we meditate for a few minutes before sleeping. And once you are just about to sleep, please create those 10 thoughts again, affirmations. Create those 10 affirmations again. So that next 6 hours, those affirmations will get processed here and they will start becoming a reality. So, first thing in the morning, last thing in the night. During the day, take very, very strict care about content you consume. More than half of your work will be done of emotional and mental health if you take care of the content you consume. The movies you watch, the TV serials you watch, what you consume from social media and the world news. What you consume and how much you consume. It's deciding emotional and mental health. So be very, very, very strict with what you consume. Like we fast so that our body is healthy, we need to do some fasting for this mind also. Cleansing and detoxification of the mind. So be very strict with that. Experiment with a vegetarian diet. I'm sure many of us have experimented with a vegetarian diet in COVID times, and most of us are having home cooked food. These two factors play a very important role on the health of our mind and on our body and on our body. So experiment with a vegetarian diet. While you're having your meal, no phones, no TV. No phone, no TV. Make it a culture in the house. No phone, no TV while eating. Because that is distracted eating. Distracted eating, not good for emotional health, not good for physical health. Mindful eating. Mindful eating. Just before eating, pause for 10 seconds. Say your prayer and then say those 10 affirmations before you start eating. Our food absorbs our vibrations, and as is the vibration of the food, so is the state of the mind. As is the vibration of the water, so is the state of the mind and our words. Right now, in the current scenario, our water is also vibrating with fear and anxiety. Because as will be the vibration in the city, so will be the quality of water. And that's why in every religion, we have a word which says the holy water. The holy water means water that has been energized, energized with pure, powerful vibrations. So let's energize our food and let's energize our water. This is power. It's absolute power. Somebody has to just do this for 1 month to see the power. It's not going to take years, just 1 month. Energize your every meal and energize your every glass of water, your milk, tea, coffee. Apart from that, nothing else. Food, water, tea, coffee, milk. Energize it, which means pause for 10 seconds, say your prayer, and say those affirmations which you want should become a reality in your life. Which you want should become a reality in your life. So, how many times did we say the affirmation? First thing in the morning, last thing before going to sleep, 3 times we eat at least during the day, and 6-7 times we at least drink water or tea during the day. So, it comes to about 10 to 15 times during the day. Only 20 seconds, 10 to 15 times during the day. If I repeat my affirmations, whatever affirmations you select, you choose what affirmation you want. But if I repeat my high energy words 10 to 15 times in a day, every day, within 10 days, you will start seeing a shift. You will start seeing a shift in the way you are thinking and feeling because you are creating high vibrational thoughts throughout the day. And within 1 month, you will start seeing a change in yourself. That is certain. But you also need to consume that 20 minutes of pure diet and take care, restrict yourself of your emotional diet. Now, what we're doing with this emotional diet, affirmations, meditation, what are we doing? We are strengthening the mind. Once we strengthen the mind will not be dependent on the world. It's become independent, emotionally independent. Then the world can be up and down, mind will be stable. because the mind is independent of the world. People can say what they want, do what they want. You will choose how to respond. Not living a life of a victim and say, they said this, so I got upset. No, we will choose how to respond because we have started building up our emotional stamina, our emotional fitness. And that is what we learn at the Bahrain Meditation Center also, and all the Brahmakumari centers all over the world. So whichever part of the world you are from, whichever part of the world, you will find a center somewhere close to you. So, and of course in Bahrain, we have Sister Ansuya and a very, very beautiful family taking care of this center. So come over to the center sometimes, along with all your prayers that you have been doing and the meditation you have been doing. Just learn and experiment with something which can increase your emotional stamina. It's a study center. It's a study center where we learn how to build our emotional stamina. Come, let's just sit back for a few minutes. Before we do the question answer, let's just meditate for a few minutes. Reflection on everything that we have absorbed today. What is meditation? Create a thought and gently visualize that thought. And bring your mind to the center of the forehead. There's a little energy here. This is the I, the being. And anytime during the day, like a fast moving car, we just press the brake suddenly and the car stops. So similarly, you want to press the brake suddenly to your overthinking. Just sit back and say, I am a powerful being. And just look at this tiny star here. Your thoughts will stop. They will just stop. And then you will come back into activity with a very different vibration. So let's sit back. Keep your eyes open because meditation does not need eyes to be closed. Why? Because we're going to do it throughout the day. You're going to think like this throughout the day. So I can't keep my eyes closed during the day, during driving, during working. So just gently keep your eyes open and just focus on one point. And bring your attention to the center of the forehead and visualize a little energy point. It's like a little star in the center of the forehead because this is where we think, we feel, thoughts are here. Thoughts are not here, here, here. It's here. So just come to that little energy point here. And as I create a few thoughts, you create the same. Just create that thought within you and start visualizing it. I am a powerful being. Start creating the thought. I am a powerful being. Emotionally, very, very healthy. My emotional stamina is very high. I am calm and stable always. I am calm and stable always, independent of people and situations. Visualize this scene at home, at work, different emotions around you. You are responding, you are taking care, you are disciplining, but calm and stable always. My every word is a blessing. My every word is a blessing. My every behavior is beneficial to all. I am a peaceful being. Peace is my normal. Peace is my normal. I'm child of God. I'm child of that divine power. I radiate God's love and power to the world. Visualize the divine circle of protection, divine light. It's the highest vibrational aura around me. Draw that circle around you right now. God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. I'm safe and secure, always perfect and healthy. I radiate respect and acceptance to all, untouched by people's behavior. Independent of anyone's behavior. I release my past that I was holding on to. Take a few moments every day to release the past. I am light. I release the past. It's over. It's over. Full stop. I release my past. I'm powerful in the present. Visualize that memory, that scene, that behavior getting deleted from the mind. I release my past. It's a new beginning today. New beginning today. My life is beautiful. I create a perfect destiny. I am the master of my life. My personal commitment today. 1 hour for myself daily. An hour for myself daily. To take care of my mind and body, and thereby take care of the emotional and mental health of my family. Personal commitment, 1 hour for myself daily. Thank you so much, Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, sister. I think this was a wonderful meditation. How did you like it, Vineet?
That was very powerful, Sister Shivani. It was very powerful. 1 hour for yourself, for your mental well-being. That is the mantra summarize which I want to tell to our viewers. There were many small word of wisdom in that which we encourage, then we can have a better emotional and mental well-being, which ranges from pure content, uh, coming to having good diet, break from mobile, all devices. But coming, there were many questions which were asked by our audience, which are so insightful questions that we really want your input on the same, Sister Shivani.
Sure.
Just a announcement. We will be taking the Arabic questions first, because keeping in mind the Arabic audience who will have to go into prayer for in another 20 minutes. So please don't feel disappointed if some of the questions which have come in earlier are being asked later. We are trying to kind of summarize and make sure that the audience is benefiting the most. But we will definitely be going with the Arabic questions which have been received first. And then we'll be coming to the other questions. Over to you, Vinay.
Thank you, Rita. So my first question is, how can one take appropriate decision in life, especially during the period when the mind is uncertain? How can someone take a appropriate decision when the mind is uncertain?
When the mind is uncertain, it's difficult to take a right decision. There are big chances that we may make a mistake in our decision. And that's why, if we see nowadays, a lot of people ask other people, what do you think I should do? It's our life, our decision will implement in our life, and we have to face the consequences of our decision. And yet we ask other people, what do you think I should do in this case? I will have to take my decisions, right? One, if I follow a daily emotional health regime like we discussed today, this mind is going to be very powerful. When it's powerful, there's no confusion. Right thoughts, less thoughts. Very easy to take decision. Very easy to take decision. When does taking a decision become difficult? Too many thoughts, confusion, and all kinds of thoughts, all variety of thoughts. And that's why take care that you are taking care of your mind on a daily basis. It's important for every aspect of our life. If you need to take a decision right away in the current scenario, start writing out your thoughts. Start writing out your thoughts, and then start writing out the answer as if you were talking to somebody else. So, whatever is your problem or your issue, just visualize that it's someone else's issue and start writing the answer for the person. Don't think, because thinking is where the confusion is happening. Because there are too many thoughts here. When there is too much, then there is clutter. We cannot see clearly. So we need to write. Writing helps, like sometimes when there's a lot of confusion here, when we talk to people, even talking gives us a solution because it just allows us to streamline our thoughts. Writing takes it even one step further. So write out your thoughts, write out your options, and write it out as if you were writing out to somebody else. Just write it out and keep. Second, in the morning or any time of the day, of course, but in the morning when you sit to meditate or pray, please surrender your question to the Supreme Power. Not saying, please correct this for me, no, but saying, my parent will give me the advice of what is the right thing to do. So that's the supreme parent, the supreme teacher. So share your problem. Sometimes in our prayers, we only say our prayer, but we don't have our personal conversation with the supreme power. So please share your problem, not saying that, oh, there are too many problems in my life, please change all this. No, not like that. Share your problem and invite God into your life and say, you are going to touch me and guide me and tell me what's the right thing to do. This is surrender. It's like a child telling the parent, you are going to tell me what's the right thing to do, what's the good thing for me and my family and my work. And then just leave it aside for a few days. Just leave it aside. Just have faith that you have told someone and that someone will bring you to the right answer. So just tell and then don't think or take a decision for a few days. You will receive divine intervention. Whether that divine intervention will just come as a thought suddenly and say, okay, no, this is what I have to do. No confusion at all. Or it will come from somebody else, as if someone else was sent a messenger to give you the answer. Or you'll just pick up a book and there will be the answer. So the answer can come in very different ways. but the answer is coming in response to the question that was asked. The answer is coming in response to the help that was invoked in your life. Nowadays, any question that we have, we first go online and try and look for answers. We go to people and try and look for answers. We have specialists in all fields, we go and ask them. We need to ask God and ask ourselves, because this answer will come from here. From here. It cannot come from here. It is an answer which is going to become our destiny. So we have to be extremely careful. And that's why daily meditation helps us to remain calm, to activate our intuition power, so that we're able to look at what my future could be with this decision, and helps us to create a very personal relationship with the divine power.
That's very powerful, actually.
Yes, exactly. That's very powerful. The second question is how to deal with someone who has seen the negative side or dark side of life, and he thinks most of the time he has negative thoughts, and that's what he thinks of others. How someone can be very positive when he has faced negativity across his life.
How do we take care of somebody who's physically unwell? It's very easy to take care of someone who's physically unwell because we know that they are physically unwell. So we take care of them. We will cook well for them. We will give them rest. We will take them to the hospital. We will, even if they get angry or irritated, we will not get hurt. We will say, never mind, they're not well. That's why they're behaving like that. Similarly, we have to understand people when they are emotionally unwell. When they are emotionally unwell. So, thinking too much, thinking negative, speaking negative, being critical about other people, holding on to the past, carrying hatred about somebody, this is all emotionally unwell. This is a sign of somebody being emotionally unwell. So, first, don't get angry with them. Second, don't worry for them, because if you worry, then you're radiating more negative energy to them. Start meditating and praying for them. The only way to change, to heal somebody, you have to heal them, no, just by saying to them, don't think negative, as if it happens like that. They don't feel like thinking negative, but that negative comes natural to them because they're not taking care of their emotional health. So you start sending powerful thoughts to them. How we heal people, distance healing through Reiki, pranic healing, it is distance healing. Similarly, we can do distance healing for the mind. Second, make a genuine effort that they absorb good emotional diet. So if that person is living with you and in the house, play some positive things for at least half an hour during the day. Don't force them, come, sit here, listen, watch this. No, no, no. Just have it playing in the house. That's it. Just have it playing in the car when you are going, so that those positive words just keeps going inside them. Even if they are not consciously sitting and listening, as long as positive words are playing around them, they will be healing energy for them. They will be healing energy for them. Restrict the use of having negative words of media and social media during the day in the house, which means playing a lot of the world news on television. You know what happened in the last 6 months? Why so much fear and anxiety? We've had epidemics before also, but this was the first epidemic with media and social media around. So
Yes.
media and social media helped us to learn how to cope with it, but also there was a lot of this has happened, that has happened, this has happened in this city, that. So we were flooded with content of illness and death and uncertainty. So take care that your house vibrates with pure and positive content. At least 30 minutes. Have pure content vibrating in the house. You will see them start getting healed. It'll happen gradually, but
Wow.
But
Sister, I had a follow-up question related to this in terms of the content that we're taking. So I'm a yoga practitioner myself, and my students came up with this. I'm not married, but a lot of the married parents who have kids brought up this brought up this issue which I want to kind of discuss with you, which was when the online school is happening, when the screens are in front of the students, and the parents are away maybe for 5-10 minutes, it's very easy to switch the screen and take other content. although they have been monitoring as much as they can with their schedule at home, with or without lockdown, how can we kind of get this to children or restrict them from the kind of content, or just bringing in pure content with them, because it's just a swipe and they're at some other content or watching social media and things like that. So how do parents with kids deal with this?
Gone is the era where we could restrict what children are doing or monitor or even check. So that era is over. Now is the time that we have to empower them so that they will not do it on their own. You cannot check them that what they are doing or
Yeah,
not doing. You cannot check, but you have to empower them. It's like, if we discipline a child, don't eat this, eat this. But if they don't get empowered, they will eat it when we're not there.
right.
So they will do this when we are not there. So that's why it's very important to have a meditative lifestyle in the house, a high vibrational lifestyle in the house. So even if children don't do it, parents have to do it. If
Mm-hmm.
parents start meditating at home, if parents have high energy words playing at home, children are getting strengthened. If children are getting strengthened, they are not getting affected by peer pressure. Why are children changing the screen? Because there is so much of talk about it from with their friends in their peer pressure. So, did you see that series? Did you see that one? Did you watch this? Did you see the latest game? Their friends are talking to them about it. And if they don't know anything about it, they will be like out of date. They're not in sync with what the world is doing around them. Then people will make fun of them. So, a lot to do it is with what people around us are saying. That's why the culture has to be created by the parents. If we create a very divine, pure culture at home by which children are growing up emotionally strong, then children will not fear peer pressure, and they will say, no, I have not seen that video, or I have not
Right.
seen that series. And their friends will say, oh, how can you not see? And your child will be strong enough to say, because I don't feel like seeing. That's it. I don't want to see. I don't feel like seeing. The self respect of the child will not be dependent on what his friends or her friends think about them. That will happen if we reach that stage in our life. Our children will automatically start becoming that. So don't try and force your children to do anything. Just do it yourself. That's just do it yourself. And when you play positive videos or positive audios or positive songs in the house, don't think your children are not listening. The words and the vibrations are going and nurturing the mind of your child. And when you are playing negative content at home, even if you think, oh, my children are in the other room, they cannot see what I'm watching or listening, please remember your vibrations and the vibrations of that content are the energy of your house, and your children are absorbing. So, what we do, children are absorbing. So, a parent only needs to take care of themselves. Children will automatically start getting taken care of.
Wow, I think that's again a very simple technique. Just look, we have to make sure that we are setting a right example for them. One question from Ms. Hala is, what techniques do you suggest to control our negative thoughts and anger? So, of
All
course, the
that we discussed
meditation.
today. No,
Yes,
everything
yes.
that we discussed today, the morning, the affirmations, the emotional diet, vegetarian food, very important factor, last hour before we go to sleep. I know a non vegetarian diet is a very important part of a diet for a lot of people, but please experiment. Just experiment. You don't need to switch. Don't need to switch. Don't need
Yeah.
to change. Just experiment is all that's needed. Just give yourself 3 months experiment. Like nowadays, there are so many diets and everybody's experimenting with diets, right? Does this suit me? Does this one suit me? Why don't we just experiment with a vegetarian diet? Experiment. Let's just experiment to see what shift it creates in our mind and in our body. Last Sunday, we did a television program for the Brahmakumari's TV channel called Awakening. And the program is called You Are What You Eat. It's still available online, I think. And just watch that 3 hours program. It's got very, very senior doctors of the country. It's got very senior environmentalists, scientists, nutritionists, therapists, and a lot of people sharing their experiences. And it was first time even for me to see doctors saying very, very openly that a vegetarian diet is healthy for the body. Because we have grown up in the era which said, doctor said, no, vegetarian becomes weak, non-vegetarian is healthy, non-vegetarian is strong. But the same doctors were saying that as far as heart issues are concerned, as far as diabetes is concerned, and certain cancers are higher in a non-vegetarian diet. So when we've reached a stage, and of course, we had spiritual leaders of all religions or all religions, and they spoke about the religion, and they spoke about how there is no religion which is endorsing a non-vegetarian diet. There's no religion, and they were there from all religions. So
Wow.
just enter that, just enter Brahmakumari's You Are What You Eat, or it's there on the Awakening Facebook, YouTube, it's there on my Facebook, YouTube. Just watch that 3 hours content. It's really an eye opener.
Definitely, we would try to circulate it to everyone personally as well. And if you cannot find the link, please reach out to us so we can provide the same content to you. The next few questions I think already have been answered, which is again uncertainty, but related to job loss. Or
Even if there is a job loss, if you're just anticipating a job loss, please put that energy circle, create an affirmation, my job is safe, my job is secure. Just create that energy. Our thoughts create our destiny. Second, if you've already lost your job, take care of your mind and body first. Job will come, but the mind has to be perfect when the job arrives. And then in your affirmation, along with creating I'm powerful, I'm peaceful, I'm stable and focused, start visualizing your new job. Start
wow.
creating an affirmation and a visualization. I'm getting the best job, better than what I've ever gotten this lifetime before. And start visualizing your new workplace. Start seeing yourself with new people on a new project in a new environment. See it as if it's already a reality, and see it will start happening.
Thanks, Sister Shivani. There was this additional question which relates to, you talk about emotional dependence, that you should be emotionally independent, not worry about what someone is saying on your thoughts. I got this question. We can't change behavior, attitude, or mindset of other people, and it completely change your thought process also. How can we do it repetitively? Okay, for a small period of time we can do it, but for a long period of time, how we can be
Consistency.
consistent even do it?
You cannot change people's behavior. We already know that. So let's stop trying to do what we know that it does not happen. Easier way is to change them, is to change ourselves. Because when you change yourself, you will start seeing a change in them. Why? Because when people don't behave right with us, we create hurt, we get upset, we get worried. Suppose your child is going through a problem, you create worry. These are all negative energies, these are depleters. So your worry, your anxiety, your hurt reaches your family members, and their emotional energy depletes, which means they become emotionally weaker, and then their possibility to change will reduce. Now, keep them there. They are with that habit, their behavior, maybe an addiction, maybe anything, and they're not listening to you, they're not changing by you asking them to do it. But you start taking care of your mind. You start remaining calm, have faith that they are taken care of, have faith that they will change to a right habit. And then every morning in your meditation, start visualizing them with that habit gone. With that habit gone. Like we create affirmation for ourselves, we can create affirmation for other people. They are healthy, they are perfect, they are respectful, whatever change you want to create in them. Like sometimes parents create a thought, my children don't study. Now create a thought, my children study perfectly. Their concentration power is highest, and visualize them doing it. Your vibrations reach them, they get energized, and they create a change. But this will happen again, same thing. Start taking out that 1 hour in the morning to do all this.
Wow. Definitely, I think this 1 hour practice is going to enhance a lot of people's life who will start practicing after this. But there are
Actually, at the
questions.
Brahmakumaris,
Yes.
Brahmakumaris has centers in all over 140 countries, I think. In all the centers, people of all religions come to the center. So it's not anything to do with religion. So if
Yes.
I'm a Hindu, I remain a Hindu. If I'm a Christian, I remain a Christian. If I'm a Muslim, I remain a Muslim. So it's nothing to do with my religion. I am what my religion I was born in, but it is a spiritual study center. It's a meditation center. So like we go to exercise, we go to gym for physical health, this is an exercising center for the mind, to energize the mind. So all of us in different parts of the world, we go to the center for an hour in the morning. Those who
Mm-hmm.
cannot go in the morning, they go in the evening. Those who cannot go in the morning or evening, they go any time of the day. But we go for an hour. And then the rest of the 23 hours, we are at work, we are with family, and we are with everything else. But that hour has changed millions of lives, and many more millions who are associated with them
With
as
those.
family members, friends, or colleagues. So an hour is very powerful.
Let's try all to inculcate in this. Few other questions that we've received is, of course, how to be calm when the boss shouts in office for small issues which can be rectified. I think we all have been going through.
When
Uh,
your boss shouts at you, please remember that your boss is emotionally unwell. Anyone who's emotionally healthy doesn't shout. So they're emotionally unwell. Don't get angry with somebody who's unwell. Have compassion. Oh, they are emotionally unwell. And just stand there and radiate lot of love and blessings to them. That God's power and blessings to you. Please remember, they're not shouting at us. Take the feedback, that what is the instruction they are giving, but the
right.
shouting is not for us. The shouting is because they are emotionally disturbed inside. So we take the lesson what they are giving us, that don't do this, do this, do this, but the energy that came with that lesson is not for us, it's not for anybody, it's because they are unwell. So just remember that and radiate a lot of prayers and compassion to them and heal them instead of absorbing their emotional infection. You can heal people.
Healing. That's something most of the bosses might need, and all employees are listening, hopefully, here. One of the questions which I found personally very interesting is related to affirmations. It says, I keep repeating my affirmations, but will it make things better? So there's self doubt here. I'm confused because my mind knows what I'm saying is not a fact. Will such misalignment between my thoughts and my words, will it help or hurt?
Uh, when we start using the affirmation, it is not a reality. But that is
Yes.
why we are using the affirmation. If it was already a reality, we would not need to do this. So, why are we doing this? Because we know the science behind it. And what is the science? Any thought created repeatedly, any word spoken repeatedly becomes a reality. That is why we all pray. When you pray, what do? You take a set of very high vibrational, pure, divine words and you repeat them. That is a prayer, right? And we've been doing it so many times in a day, every single day. Why do we do it? Because we are creating high vibrational, divine words because we know they will start becoming a reality. So, yes, the affirmation is not a reality right now, but we are creating it because we want to make that a reality because thoughts manifest. Thoughts manifest. Unaware, we create a lot of negative affirmations. We create affirmations like, how will I do it? I cannot do it. They are not able to do it. What if I fall ill? What if they don't do well in school? What if my son doesn't pass this time? What if someone fall? These are all our negative affirmations. Even our worry is a negative affirmation. We repeatedly keep creating that negative thought. If we can repeatedly create negative thoughts, can't we consciously, repeatedly create positive thoughts? One, it will definitely become a reality. Two, what if it doesn't become a reality? Doesn't matter. But you've at least started strengthening your mind by creating positive thoughts. At least you have radiated positive energy to your body and taken care of your body. But when we are worrying, It has not even happened yet. But when we worry, we are depleting our mind. We are radiating negative energy to our body and causing disease. So consciously do. Don't believe in it right now. Don't even have faith in it. Just experiment with it. Just experiment with it. If you're not able to say it in your mind, say it in your words. Just say it and
Right.
just start watching within 10, 15 days. Your thoughts are going to start changing. Basically, it's a vocabulary. Remember when you were taught a language, or remember when you taught a language to a kid. Visualize 2, 3 year old child. They learn languages. How did they learn a language? Because somebody taught them. This is a table, this is a chair, this is an apple. And then you kept asking them 10 times, what is this? And they said, this is a table. After an hour again, we asked them, what is this? They said, I know what it is. We said, repeat, what is this? This is a table. So what happened? Within 6 months, a child learned a complete language. Similarly, this is a positive energy language. So we are saying
Right.
it repeatedly. I'm a powerful soul. My mind will say, no, I'm not. But I will say, yes, I am. And so I will train my mind to start talking a different vocabulary. And that's what
Wow.
is a high vibrational vocabulary. It's a different language. Gradually,
Okay.
it will not be 10 affirmations. Gradually, this will be your way of thinking and speaking in every aspect of your life.
Right. We will just pause for the question and answers for all our Muslim friends who may have to leave for prayer or any other commitments. Thank you so much. All the recordings, you will not miss it. Luckily, we've captured it on YouTube and we're streaming it on ICAI Bahrain. So you will be able to catch us. Our interaction will keep going on. The question and answers will keep going on. But so you don't have to wait for it. Thank you so much for being a great audience, for putting in such amazing questions to sister, and for supporting us through the event. Just a small gesture, pausing here. Thank you so much for being here. But we will be continuing our question and answers, and we will be taking more questions further. Over to you, Vinit.
Okay. Okay.
I will have just 10 minutes more, but
Hmm.
yeah, I have another commitment at India time
Yes.
2:30.
All right. We will just finish and close in another
Yes.
last two questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one or two questions. There's this first question which is regarding student psychology. There's this person who says that she is writing her exam and she is not confident. She is always upset and she is always worried about her job, exam. In this current time where students are not sure that when the exams are happening, exams happen, will they get a job? If they get a job, will they get the right job? So there's a anxiety at another level. How people will cope up with that?
Now we are creating all this anxiety because there is COVID. But we would have created a lot of this even if there was no COVID. Because even if there was no COVID, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Honestly, we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow in our life. But if we keep thinking, again, this is an affirmation. These are negative affirmations. When will this happen? What if this happens? What if it doesn't happen? What if I don't give the exam? What if I don't do well? What if I don't get the job? Look at the amount of energy that we are creating. We are living through a different time. At this time, instead of focusing on everything which is not yet perfect, we should only be grateful for everything that is perfect in our life. Do we know how many people have lost their lives in COVID? Do we know how many families have lost people during COVID? Do we know how many people are working in high risk situations during COVID? Isn't this the time to just have gratitude? Just have gratitude to the higher power, to yourself, and to your destiny. I am safe. My family is safe. Nothing is more important than that right now. The rest will all happen. Maybe if not 6 months later, 1 year later, it will all happen. It's like, if you meet with a big accident. Yes, the accident has happened, but only the car got dented. You are out from that accident like this, untouched. Are you going to complain, oh, my car got dented? How? Now what? No, everyone's going to tell you, you're safe, forget the car. We'll get many cars in our lifetime.
Hmm.
But priority in life is very important. finally you know that you will give the exam. If not today, tomorrow the exam will happen. But if I create all these thoughts, then I might not be in my perfect state of mind to give the exam, which means I would have depleted my efficiency by then. So just have faith, everything will happen at its right time that it's meant to be. What is my responsibility till then? To take care of my mind. So counsel your mind as if you're counseling somebody else, and someone next to you is saying, what will if this happen, what will that happen? Tell them, this will also happen, this will happen. We give advice, we give very good advice to other people. Just visualize yourself advising other people. We are very good with how we speak to other people. We just have to speak the same nice way to our own self.
Wow.
Yes.
One last question, I think, is one that I keep wondering a lot of time. What is the difference between tamas and sattva, and how can you realize that between people? So, for people who don't know, tamas is sort of a lazy body type that we can probably go through, and sattva is that we are all aiming to going neutral and things like that. So, Sister Shivani, that was the personal question which I had.
Tamas is a low vibrational energy,
Yes.
and sattva is a high vibrational energy. The vocabulary can be different, the words can be different, but the concept is very important, that low vibrational energy and high vibrational energy. So, in terms of what we think, how we speak, how we behave, what we watch, what we read, what we listen, what we eat, what we drink, all this should be high vibrational. What we
Right.
eat, what we drink, what we watch, what we read, what we listen, then what we think, then what we speak, then what we behave. High vibrational. And then we will start vibrating at a higher frequency. It will automatically start happening. No? Sometimes some of us use very abusive language in our conversation. Now that can be called tamas, very low vibrational vocabulary, very very low
Right.
vibrational vocabulary. Sometimes just creating the same thoughts, nothing is going right, nothing will happen right, what will happen, this is also a low vibrational vocabulary. So when we nurture ourselves, high vibrational vocabulary will become natural, and that's why put those affirmations there. But take care of the five things that go in. Five
Right.
things go in. And what the five things go in? What we watch, what we read, what we listen, what we eat, what we drink. Five things go in, and these five things make this personality. So these five things should be high vibrational. So when we eat and drink, just don't see whether it's high nutritional. It should be high vibrational energy. Energy. So that's why vegetarian diet goes under sattvic.
Wow.
And
That's great.
not just vegetarian, it should be cooked in a very peaceful state of mind, and it should be eaten in a very peaceful state of mind. So I can cook vegetarian, but if I'm stressed and angry while cooking, then it is not sattvic. Then it is
Okay.
tamasic, because it has got all negative energy in it of my own stress and anxiety. Or if I'm cooking vegetarian, cooked it properly, but I'm eating it watching some violent movie or watching the world news and watching that, then it is not sattvic. So it is what I eat, how it is cooked, and how I eat. All three will then create sattvic food.
Wow. Simple things that we can all follow.
Yeah.
These, I think, we have a lot more questions, but we will have to direct them to the meditation center so the sisters over there can answer all the remaining questions that are there. Apologies for not taking your questions. It's just time constraints and
Actually, we should not think of all questions right now. This is just the beginning of a journey.
yes.
It's like going to school and first day learning the A, and then thinking of a question which has to be answered at the 10th standard. Let's start doing our ABCD. We ourselves have the answers to all our questions of life. We just
Right.
need to learn the methods to do it. It's like, how will I build up a high stamina? How will I be able to climb 5 floors of steps without getting breathless? How will I be able to trek for 5 kilometers? How will I be able to do sit up and down without getting tired? These are the different situations. Method is only one. Start taking a good diet and exercising. Physical system will get stronger. It will get stronger gradually. Similarly, start taking care of the mind. Emotional health will get stronger. It will happen gradually, but
Mhm.
consistently. So
Great.
don't worry about the questions. You yourself will have the answers of all the questions in 3 months if you start practicing it.
Right. I see in our audience, we have a lot of variety of audience for those who have just started their spiritual journey probably today. Some of them are already ahead in their path, and that's when we could see so many questions were being answered by the participants itself. For anyone who wants to enhance your practice or begin your practice, I think the meditation center in Bahrain, which is going to be a lovely place. And Vineet, would you like to summarize a little before I go for my word of thanks?
Yes,
I think it would be good if you announce the contact numbers of the Bahrain Center, the Kuwait Center.
Yes. I'll just be doing that in the word of thanks. Yeah.
thanks. The Bahrain month, the October month, we have dedicated for health and well-being. And as I've already mentioned, that mental well-being is a very important component of overall well-being. We are very thankful to Sister Shivani ji for coming here and guiding us for the mental wellness. There were a lot of points, and we have noted down that instead we make our goals like we have to go to gym for 1 hour, rather than let's meditate for 5-10 minutes, let's do sattvic exercises, eat sattvic food, do all the things which really enhances your mental well-being. Thanks, Sister Shivani ji, for guiding us in that path.
I would just like to take a last minute to thank all the people who have actually made it possible for this event to happen so soon. It's unbelievable, but just last week we got Sister Shivani's availability, all because of Sister Anusya. I think she's been a great coordinator, from the amazing posters that you see to organizing the links to getting all of us here in such short time. We've also seen a record break number in the BCICAI event. So thank you all for joining in. For those of you who had a concern about getting these links again, because of course these stocks that we had today is not going to be sufficient. We want to revisit it. I saw some of you taking down notes as well. But if you want to revisit it, ICAI Bahrain is our YouTube page handle. Please go to it, check these links out. You will be able to get Sister Shivani's talks again. Also in the group chat on Zoom, people have been really fortunate, have taken out already the talk that sister was talking about and copy pasted that. So it's very easily available for you to go and check when Sister Shivani was talking about the link, you are what you eat. So you can get the 3 hours audio with all the medical doctors addressing the concerns that we have, and we can educate ourselves there. Bahrain Meditation Center is your place to go in Bahrain, of course. The number is, of course, available on Google, but I will just read it out right now. It's also been put up in the chat. It's 17712545. If you cannot reach out to them, you can also reach out to ICAI Bahrain, and we will directly put you in touch with the sisters who can help you on your spiritual journey. Also, I would like to thank Sister Atifia, yeah. And thank you for organizing the Arabic audience on our behalf. I think it was a great event. Sister Shivani, the amount of thanks we tell you, I think it's just going to be less. You touched more than 200 lives and people who are going to be associated with them and going to start their spiritual journey. Thank you so much for being available for our event and this talk. We will definitely try to be stable in this unstable world.
No try. Try is not the option. We will.
We will be.
We will. So that's why that's new language. No trying. Trying is over. We will. See, we tell our mind we'll try, then my mind says, yeah, I tried, but it doesn't happen. We don't try. We say we will be, and it shall happen. Thank you so much.
We will.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.